Hello friends, and welcome back. What I'd like to talk to you today about is that look that you get when you're going to talk to someone and they see you coming, and you know they just get this look on their face, and you know that they're thinking, oh no, here she comes, and I know what she's going to talk about. She's going to complain about RAD, because that's what she always talk about. And some people even go as far as explaining why kids are innocent, and basically when they start saying those things, it makes a RAD parent feel like you're saying the child is innocent and I must be the problem because they're innocent. So I want to talk about both of those things today, and I'm going to start with the look that you get and why, if you are not a RAD parent, why they're always talking about RAD. It is stressful and they're talking about it. And a lot of times any little thing could happen and it causes stress as well. And it might not even be related to that, but it's just your emotions and your capability of coping with things has been thinned out. So everything feels so stressful. I know I have dealt with that a lot in the past 7 years. I recognize that look on people's faces. At first, they always seem very welcoming. Oh, we want to hear about it. Oh, how's it going? And then over time, they start getting that look, and you know right away they don't want to hear about it anymore. And some people may even tell you, you talk too much. I've been told that. Oh, we don't need to talk about it. Basically, it's their way of saying, shut up, I don't want to hear about it anymore. What? I don't want to talk about it anymore. And I know the other RAD parents, they don't want to talk about it either. They want to go on with their lives and be happy and productive in society. And they don't want to have to deal with these things. They want a normal life and happy children. But this is how it is. And the reason that they're talking about it all the time is because, well, actually, I'm going to give you an analogy. My husband always uses the analogy of a Vietnam vet. They experience horrific things. They've seen things, they heard things, they felt things that none of us will ever be able to understand. And when they came back, they act different. They may even act strange to other people because they experience so much trauma. And they have triggers. You may be talking to them and a car goes by and backfires and they react. It's because they have triggers, and no matter how much they think that they're over it, and no matter how much, you know, they recognize, it's like they know they're not there, but it's so deep in them. It was such a wound and so traumatic, it's burned, it's seared into their mind. So they react, fight or flight. That's how it is for a RAD parent, except they didn't go to a war and came back. They live it every day. They're living it every day. It would be like that same Vietnam vet that you talk to has to go back every night. He's coming and having lunch with you, or you might see him at church or at the grocery store, but he has to go back every day. What do you think he's going to be talking about every time you see him? It's traumatic, it's stressful. He's going to be talking about it. That's what's happening to those RAD parents. They are living it every day. And the things that they experience are horrific. You don't think about it. You don't know what it's like. You're not giving it any thought as to what kind of things happen in the home. Like I started to say earlier, a lot of people say it's just a child. Children are innocent. Yeah, they might be annoying. If somebody says that, it tells you right away, you might as well stop talking because they don't get it. Like I've said in other videos, we as humans project what we know onto other people. What we feel, what we think, the knowledge we have, we project it onto other people. If I'm a nice person, I think you're a nice person. If I'm an honest person, I think you are. These people are safe in their homes. When they go to bed at night, they are safe in their beds. They can sleep soundly. They don't have to worry about locking their bedroom door and waking up at all hours of the night because you heard a noise. Was that one of my other kids crying or calling me? Did I just hear the window open? Or did I just hear somebody trying to open my bedroom door? Did I hear? And then you have to get up. You can't go back to sleep. So you're losing sleep. You go to your refrigerator to get something out, some juice. You don't know what's in it. You don't know if it's been urinated in, or have poison put in it, or spit in. These are just little things. That's just little suspicious things that you have. That's not even the outright blunt things that is coming straight at your face that you have to deal with at a constant level every day. It's a daily war zone. It's physical, it's emotional. A lot of times it's spiritual. Whether people believe it or not, it's a spiritual battle as well. All they know is their own life, and they're not thinking about what it would be like to live with someone like that. And like I said, people think that children are innocent. I recently had a conversation with someone who told me that everyone's born with a conscience. Yes, I did not go into it at the time, but yes, everyone is born with a conscience. Here is Psalms 58:3, and it says that even from birth, the wicked go astray. From the womb, they are wayward, spreading lies. Psalms 51:5, surely I was sinful at birth, sinful from the time my mother conceived me. Yes, children are innocent. Yes, they are. But they have been born in sin. Only Jesus was sinless. All of us are born as sinners. We sin. I am not saying that children are evil. Please don't get me wrong. I am saying that we are born sinful. We are not born with a good conscience. We are born with a sinful conscience. And if you don't believe me, Hebrews 10:22 says, let us draw near with a true heart, with our hearts sprinkled clean from an evil conscience. That is what we're born with. The Lord cleanses us from the evil conscience that we were, because our hearts deceive us. That's what the Bible says. Our hearts are deceitful. Our desires, our wants, our own thoughts are sinful. Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Hebrews 12:11 says, discipline is painful in the moment, but later it produces peaceful fruit and righteousness to those who have been trained in it. We're not born with it. We have to be trained in it. Proverbs 20:11 says, even a child makes himself known by his actions, whether they be good or bad. Titus 1:15 says, to the pure, all things are pure, but to the defiled and unbelieving, nothing is pure, both their mind and their conscience is defiled. I just wanted to show you these just couple verses here that really tell us we're not born innocent. There is an age, because we are responsible for our children. We are accountable for our children to the Lord until they are old enough to understand. We are accountable to teach them right and wrong until they reach that age where they can be accountable for themselves and know right from wrong. And you can tell when a child, they know what's right or wrong, whether they choose to do it or not. And there's even a little bit of a grace period from the time that you learn that's wrong and you do it anyway. You learn that it's wrong, and then there's a point where you really understand why it's wrong. That is the age of accountability. That is when the Lord would hold them responsible. But they weren't born with pure, good consciences. They weren't born innocent. They're innocent of knowing why. They're innocent of knowing what sin is and why it's sinful. But they're not innocent of sin. That's what the old law, the 10 Commandments, that's what the 10 Commandments were, basically, was to teach us what was sin, what was wrong in God's eyes. Anyway, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about why every time you see that RAD parent, they are talking about RAD. That's what's in their world, and who they are in a battle with, who they are being abused by, is not just an innocent child. They are innocent of knowing what sin is. They're innocent of knowledge, but they are not innocent of being sinless. Those things come natural to us. And honestly, as a Christian, that's what the Bible says, so we should know that. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope this video helps. So next time you see that RAD mom and you see her coming and you know what she's going to talk about, let her talk, because that is so needed for her healing. If you are not capable of listening and being just an ear without giving some sort of advice, because she doesn't need your advice, she doesn't need your help or your answers to anything, because it's not going to work for a RAD child unless you've been trained in RAD. It's better to just be a listening ear to her. She doesn't need your advice, and she doesn't need to be basically attacked, because that's what it feels like, by someone else who's saying, well, that child is innocent, you're the one with the problem, because that's kind of what it sounds like. So anyway, I hope this video helps. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.